Good morning, you guys. I am back to you with another video today. I don't have great news, and this is day 11 of my stimulation cycle for our IVF round 2, and it looks like it's going to be canceled. For some reason, my body is not progressing the way that it should. And I'm not producing enough follicles where they feel like it would be successful to move forward with egg retrieval. So right now I only have 2 measurable follicles on the right side and maybe 1 on the left. But with it being day 11, they don't think that I'm ready for egg retrieval right now. So we might convert to IUI, but they don't even think my follicles are large enough for IUI to even be successful and work. So, I don't know. I wasn't even expecting to hear that the IUI thing wouldn't be successful. I am just so tired. I'm so tired of this. I did not expect this to not work this time. I mean, I'm on way more medications this time, and I know that it doesn't always work for everyone, but it's like the first time we didn't even make it to embryo transfer, and then now we're not even making it to egg retrieval. It's just exhausting. I don't mean to cry, but I'm just so frustrated. It's like, how do you deal with regular life in the middle of all this? It's just a lot. Sorry, guys. I just knew it would work this time, but at the same time, I really didn't have my hopes too high because the last time was such a shock. I was just a little numb. And I know we'll get through this, but it's just rough. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull myself together, but it's super frustrating. I don't know if you could hear me through my crying, but to not even progress, like that is super frustrating. The last time, I think I had maybe, 8 follicles by now, which I was really happy with because of my age, but I never expected this. And that people always say that your follicles, you lose eggs, of course, along the way, but like your egg reserve can change every month, and it's been 6 months since the last IVF round, and I wish that we had done it sooner, but we just had a lot of other stuff going on, like our wedding and life, and it's expensive. Like, you have to be able to have the money to do it. You can't just throw out thousands of dollars month after month. So I'm gonna stay hopeful and positive, but this is not the news that we were hoping for. Now we have to figure out what we're gonna do next. So they said they would call me today to let me know how my estrogen levels are, and if the estrogen levels aren't high, then it's a pretty good indicator that I won't, I probably shouldn't do egg retrieval or the IUI, because it would probably just be a waste of time or money. So yeah, that's where we are as of right now. I will update you guys and let you know what's going on. But yeah, this journey is not perfect, but I do know that sometimes you can't get to the mountain unless you go through the valley. So hopefully, we're gonna keep trying. I know that, but it's just frustrating, super frustrating.
Hi, this is Talashi, Sherry's husband. We left this space to talk about the male perspective of IVF. Seeing my wife tear up tore me to pieces. She's been doing an amazing job of taking her prescriptions, following up with her doctor's visits, getting herself involved with online chat groups, support groups, and even self-care. It's important to be there for your partner. Continue to keep an open line of communication. Talk to them about their medications, check in regularly. You have to let them know that they're not going through this process by themselves. Like Sherry said, life goes on outside of the IVF process. So keeping up with your friends, family, work is all taxing. So it's important to stay together in this process. Continue to have faith, talk to each other, and you guys will be parents.
Good morning, guys. It's Sherry. I am back today with another video, and I am in better spirits today. Last time I checked in, it was looking like my IVF cycle was going to be canceled because my progress was still not where they wanted it to be. Things were moving really slow, and I had not produced quite enough follicles to really be able to move forward. At the time, I think I only had 3 follicles total, and they want to have at least 3 that are at a decent size to be able to move forward and make your egg retrieval worth it. But unfortunately, my follicles were still really small, and there were still only 3 of them, so they felt like it might not be worth it to continue with IVF. And because if we had gone to egg retrieval and they got those eggs, there were no guarantee that those eggs would even be mature. So that was really disappointing. You know, this whole process is something that you literally have no control over, like absolutely no control. And I thought that I messed things up because I was taking one of my medications twice a day when I should have only been taking it once a day. But luckily, things got better. So you really have to give it to God or whoever your higher being is, and just trust that your body's going to do what it's supposed to do. One thing that happened to me the last cycle was I progressed slowly the last time as well. So I kind of expected something similar. This time it was just a lot slower than the last time. But the last time I had not that many follicles and then kind of just sprouted overnight. So that's exactly what happened this time. So Friday I came in and they were talking about canceling and maybe converting me to IUI, which if you're not familiar with IUI, it stands for intrauterine insemination. So basically like artificial insemination, where they insert the sperm directly into your uterus through a catheter. The success rates are not as high with IUI, so it would have been fine to do that so we didn't lose everything that we produced. Because even if I had 3 follicles or 3 eggs that could have been released, there would have been a small chance that I would have gotten pregnant. But I didn't really want to do IUI because the success rates were just not that high. And so Friday came in, not great numbers. It was kind of a crazy, crappy weekend for me. I was just sad about it, but I've been going through therapy. I have an amazing therapist that I've been seeing, and she specializes in fertility and, pregnancy, postpartum, and, before you're pregnant, after you're pregnant, all those things. Parenting, just motherhood, all of those things. And she gave me some great tools to work with, kind of when I'm in those defeating situations, kind of how to pull myself out of it without being so down. And I definitely think that our exercises and the homework I've been doing has helped a lot with this. Also just being prepared that IVF may not turn out the way that we want to. None of this is guaranteed. Regular natural pregnancy is not guaranteed. And that's really important to remember, is you really have no control, and you can't beat yourself up about it because there's nothing that you can do. but just trust that things will be better, or if they're not, that maybe the next time they'll be better the next time. So Friday to Monday, came in Monday morning, and then I had 8 follicles total. So that was super exciting for me. I had 6 on the right ovary and 2 on the left. My left side is always slower, so I expect that. But that's great, like to get 8, I'd be happy with that, you know. We only want 2 kids, but who knows? I mean, who knows how long it takes to get the first one. So maybe we only have 1. I just want 1 healthy baby at minimum, maybe 2. So, you know, now we have 8 follicles, and my doctor called and the nurses called and they want to convert me back to IVF again. So exciting. Things can literally change overnight, so you really just have to take it one day at a time. And I'm back here today, and so I had 8 follicles, but they were still kind of small. And so I came back today, which is now Wednesday. Came Monday, now I'm here Wednesday, and still 8 follicles, a little bit more growth, not a ton, but still a little bit more. But you know, hopefully they're happy with that. As long as my estrogen levels keep going up, I think we'll just keep proceeding, and might have egg retrieval this weekend. So just wanted to give you an update on where that stood, and I will check in again when they let me know my results later today, or when they tell me that it's time to trigger. I'm not sure if I'll have to come back in again, but we'll see. So I will keep you updated. So stay tuned, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. And if you are already subscribed, then make sure you hit the like button, and hit the bell notification to make sure you stay up to date on all my newest content. And if you're new here and you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as a part of my community. And if you're going through IVF or any kind of fertility treatment and you need someone to talk to, please reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram. DMs are usually the easiest way to reach me if you have something urgent that you want to talk about. But you can drop a comment below if you have any questions. And I hope to connect with you guys and talk to you soon. Bye. What's that?
See?
Shit. Damn. Felt like, feel it.
Oh shit. You gonna feel it? That's a burn. Get a bubble.
A bubble?
Skin blister.
Really? So I can't do that side? Probably shouldn't do that one. Let's see if I warm it up. I'm feeling better. Kind of. Let it fall. That's why I was like, what is that? Should some of it peel off? I should put it in there.
Yeah, breaking up. Where were you trying to do that?
Meatiest part. Yeah.
I would say like right here.
Yeah.
It's kind of
There.
there.
My thumb is.
You want to do it?
It's numb.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to wipe with alcohol beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? That's not a Band-Aid.
wait, let me get some gauze. Or you can just use the tissue.
Get some gauze. Where's the gauze at? It's right here where it goes.
Right there. Is it my muscle?
This is your muscle right here, right?
What?
I dropped the gauze.
Oh, I'm gonna grab tissue.
You take it out now, right?
Yes. No blood.
Just a dot.
Deadened the whole life out of it. Thanks.
Just a dot.
I felt that this time, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. We had quite a twist of turn in events. My last update I gave, we were back on for IVF because they were thinking that my follicles weren't growing enough before that, and so they took us off IVF and then said that we would do IUI, and then they put us back on IVF. And now we are back on IV, and now we are back to IUI because my follicles did not grow enough for them to be able to do egg retrieval. I was very disappointed by that, to be quite honest with you. I thought this protocol would be better for me, but it turns out that one of the medications I was on, the Lupron, I feel like was over suppressing me. The reason why they took us off IVF to begin with was because I wasn't progressing fast enough. And so last Friday I came in and we did another monitoring appointment, and I still only had 3 follicles. So my doctor's office called me that later that day and told me that they're going to switch to IUI, but for me to stop taking the Lupron and then to come back Monday for another check. So Monday I come back and I now have 8 follicles total. So I grew 5 more just over the weekend. Then they put me back on Lupron so that I didn't ovulate prematurely, so that we wouldn't lose everything that we'd already grown. But by the time I came back in Wednesday, this was like day 15 of my stimulation cycle, which is kind of long. There had been maybe a 0.5 millimeter of growth. So at that point they said, IVF is probably off the table now. Let's just convert this to IUI. Took my trigger shot the other night, and so now we're here for the IUI. I'm not completely happy with that, but at the same time, I'm glad that we are not wasting anything, so to speak. Could still get pregnant. There's a very slim chance, but at the end of the day, God has the final say in what happens. There have been people that have had success with IUIs, obviously, women that are older as well. It's just, you're not putting the egg and sperm together in a controlled environment like you are when you're doing IVF, where the sperm is injected into the egg. The sperm still has to swim and meet the egg, and you hope that they do that. So we'll see what happens. About to go in and meet Talashi. He had to come early so that he could give his sperm sample and they could prepare it. And then it'll be kind of similar to a pap smear, I was told by the doctor. They will, open me up and inject the sperm in my uterus, so it gets to bypass the vagina and the cervix. It'll go directly into the uterus. So fingers crossed, it could work out. We'll see. Like I said, I think last cycle I probably would not have been prepared for this, but because I've done a lot of work mentally with my therapist and through church and just meditation and prayer more than anything else, I know that you have to be flexible. So we'll see. I will say this: if this does not work out, we're moving anyway. So we do have to switch clinics, but even if we were staying here, we would probably have switched clinics after this, because there have been a few things that I've just been disappointed with. I wanted to get with a doctor that is a little bit more progressive and, you know, more modern in their approach to protocols. You know, a lot of the other doctors that I spoke to said that this protocol that I'm on and was kind of on the last time, they don't really use it anymore. So I think that this doctor did the best that he could do, but I think it's time to move on after this. But hopefully this works and we won't have to do any more fertility treatments. But if so, I am ready, and so is Talashi, and we'll do what we have to do. All right, I will check in. I cannot have my phone there. Maybe Talashi can sneak and get some footage while we are in the room or something, but we'll try to do that as best we can. But I will let you guys know how it goes. Today's the day.
How you feeling?
Bloated. Good. Hopefully this works out for us.
Right. They got my specimen.
It'd be a lot cheaper.
Right. They got my specimen.
Yours is good. Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Top percentiles.
Jumping off the, what'd you say? Jumping off the slide.
Jumping off the slide.
Them things moving and grooving.
So hopefully they swim on up the stream.
Right, right.
Good. Laying here for 15 minutes.
I was gonna say, that's not the 60 minutes intro, that's an actual timer for 15 minutes. It's just to sit in this position, to let it swim upstream, downstream,
Going up.
up and down at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
It was regular like a pap smear. I didn't feel anything. And they recommend that we also have sex tonight, so 2 IUIs in the bed.
Right.
But I'm gonna go to acupuncture after this, and I'm gonna hope for the best.
Right.
We'll see.
God willing.
2 weeks from now, we'll know what's going on.